Yes, good morning and welcome you to Open Edition. Today's edition, and the culprit himself, Ross Alabo Judge, is here. He will need to account for his surgeon during the week. Today's edition will be on a solemn level because we just want to raise some questions to your mind, and for all of us to begin to take stock of where we're coming from, where we are, and also put those who lead us on notice that they can do better for the greater good of everyone. So this morning, we're going to look at two very prominent and important players in this state, and two prominent sons of Rivers State. One of them is the former governor, His Excellency Rotimi Chibuike Amaechi, and the other one is the current governor, Ebunwo Nyesom Wike. And we're going to look at them not by virtue of the office, partly not because of the offices which they occupy. Primarily, we're looking at them as leaders of a large number of people. And they're so important that whatever they do, whatever they say, whatever they think, however they act, affects me and you as long as you reside within the boundaries of River State. So quickly, I'll read a brief profile on the former governor, His Excellency Rotimi Chibuike Amaechi, and Ross.
And it has to be really brief.
Yes. You have to give him time.
We don't have that much time.
Right Honorable Rotimi Chibuike Amaechi was born on the 27th of May, 1965.
Okay.
He's a Nigerian politician.
We do that.
He served as the 5th governor of Rivers State. Mm-hmm. And from 2007 to 2015, I was re-elected for a second term, the 26th of April, 2011. Amaechi was a member of the People's Democratic Party before defecting to the All Progressive Congress on 27 November 2013. He's now a serving Federal Minister of Transportation. Amaechi was born in Ubima, Ikwere local government area of River State, to the family of late Elder Fidelis Amaechi and Mrs. Mary Amaechi. His first and last names, just go there. His names means God is strength of power.
What's that again? His name means what?
Amaechi had his early education at St. Teresa's Primary School. From 1970 to 1976, he earned his WIC certificate in 1992 after attending government secondary school, Kolobri, in Bayelsa State, present-day Bayelsa State. Amaechi received a Bachelor of Arts degree honors in English Studies and Literature from University of Port Harcourt in 1987, where he was president of National Union of River State Students. He completed the mandatory youth service in 1988. He thereafter joined and worked at Palmer Clinics and Hospitals Limited, owned by former Governor Dr. Peter Odili, where he worked until 1992. He's married to Judith Amaechi, and they have 3 boys. They have 3 children and they're boys. In 1999, ran for the River State House of Assembly and was eventually chosen first among equals as Speaker, which he dutifully served as for 8 years. Yes, that's for the former governor and present Minister for Transportation and leader of the All Progressive Congress in the South.
Okay, so I'll take this other one for the high tension himself. Ebunwo. These days they call him Ebunwo instead of Ebunwo. Ebunwo Nyesom Wike is a Nigerian lawyer, politician from Precom in Obiakpo, River State, Nigeria, and former Minister of Education. He also won the River State governorship ticket of the PDP in 2014. That's known. He was born on the 24th of August. How come we didn't know his birthday just passed? 1967. From 1999 to 2007, he was executive chairman of Obiakpo local government in River State, an office he used to redefine and exhibit his special brand of governance. From this, what is written here, his special brand of governance. So you can see that even the writer.
Ross, can you read this?
From 2003 to 2006, Wike was the national president of ALGOM, that's the All Local Governments of Nigeria, an umbrella body through which all the 774 local government chairmen in Nigeria interface and interact on issues affecting politics and policies of Nigeria. From 2007 to 2011, he was appointed Chief of Staff to Governor Chibuike Amaechi, and in 2011, President Goodluck Jonathan graciously appointed him as Minister of Education, Minister of States for Education, Federal Republic of Nigeria, and of course later he became the Supervisor Minister of that ministry. An outstanding administrator, lawyer, leader, and politician, Barrister Nyesom Wike was born to the family of Reverend and Mrs. How come all your parents are clergy? Reverend and Mrs. Nyesom Wike from a Precom community, River State. Chief Barrister Nyesom Wike holds a degree in political science and administrative studies. So he's your colleague?
Yes, my junior colleague.
Oh, fantastic. As well as a degree in law.
He didn't meet me in university.
He didn't go to your university?
He went to my university. Came to Uniport. That's where I got that degree. That's only Uniport awards that.
Okay. Maybe he decided to delay his coming. After a brief stint with the private legal practice, Chief E. N. Wike was elected twice as executive chairman of the Obiakpo local government area. He served as 2 terms in office from 1999 to 2002 and 2004 to 2007. While in office, Chief E. N. Wike also served as Deputy President, Association of Argon. In 2004, he was later elected the President of Argon. He also represented Africa as member of the Africa Executive Committee and the Commonwealth of Local Government Forum. All those kind of forums, I don't understand. Well, between October 2007 and May 2011, Chief Wike, I think all that is gotten out. And then his service as minister was in 2011, and then he was elected governor in 2015.
Now, I know.
Now heading towards another election in 2019.
Now, I know that when he went back, he went to UST to read law, and after reading law, he served in the chambers in a law firm for a while. So he worked briefly in a law firm. Amaechi worked briefly in a health facility, Palmer Clinics. Now, both men are very seasoned politicians, and currently Governor Nyesom Wike leads the People's Democratic Party of
and we need to also
PDP.
indicate that Chief Rotimi Amaechi also himself was a member of the PDP for 14 years or thereabouts.
And he was the leader here at the time.
They still carry the genomes of the People's Democratic Party.
He was the leader here at the time. Now, Honorable Chibuike Rotimi Amaechi is the leader of the All Progressive Congress in the South. Both men are very influential.
And opposition leader in the state.
Both men have.
You need to make that clear. That he's the opposition leader in the state.
Both men have built all their muscle and strength in politics and public service. So they have very little experience in private sector workings and so on.
Doesn't matter.
Yes, I'm just stating the fact. I'm not adding anything to it. Now, the Constitution of the Federal Republic says that every person shall be entitled to freedom of expression, including freedom to hold opinions and to receive and impart ideas and information without interference. Both men have exhibited this right. At one time, Governor Nyesom Wike was Minister for Education, while Honorable Chibuike Amaechi was Governor. The roles have reversed. Today, Governor Nyesom Wike is Governor of River State, while Right Honorable Chibuike Amaechi is the Minister for Transportation. Now, both men in 2015 believed that it was only them or their chosen ones that can develop River State. They believe that through them or their proxies, that only them can empower River State. And they also believe that they could make River State a destination for investment capital, and they had the capacity to protect lives and property. And because of this, Right Honorable Rotimi Amaechi didn't want Governor Nyesom Wike to become Governor of River State. Later, Governor Nyesom Wike didn't want Right Honorable Rotimi Amaechi to become minister in this present administration. So because of their choice, their right to choice, which they have exhibited rightly, which we do not deny them, what has happened to River State is completely, currently as we speak, they control the political structures of the two political parties in the state, and they are leaders of these parties. They influence to a great extent whatever happens to these parties. And for you to do anything there you must be in alignment and not be in conflict with them. Now, their actions, they've started again in preparation for 2019. Right Honorable Rotimi Amaechi currently tells us that on the 1st of September, he says that power must rotate in Rivers State.
What's the source of that information?
This is Vanguard.
Date?
1st September. Yeah, I came prepared for you. And says that what he meant that power must leave the upland where his present political fold, Governor Nyesom Wike, comes from, and go to the riverine areas. Now, Governor Nyesom Wike says that I am ready to die to stop APC winning Rivers State.
Source of that information?
In Rivers State Premium Times.
Date?
August 27, 2017.
I want to be sure that these are from valid sources.
You know where you're coming from.
Not those blogs that you see online.
No, man, you were too experienced for that. Now, it is 2 years, politically 2 years out after both of them expressed their rights of freedom of expression and their right to aspire, according to Section 39 of our Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Now, and I will remind you that they believed while they were aspiring that only them can do it. Both of them have achieved their desired objectives, which is to lead.
I don't think they believe that only they could. I think they believe that they could lead.
Okay.
They could lead the
okay,
state.
they could. So they've achieved that.
Yeah.
They have achieved political office, and currently they lead their political structures in the state and in the region.
The question is
now the question here,
do they lead democratically?
Yeah, the question here is good, beautiful.
I know you like that.
What is the state of Rivers State today after this their aspiration? Because already they've started putting us on notice that 2019 will be a battleground. Now, what is the level of security in Rivers State? Most of this, the audience, are going to call in. We're going to give you time to talk. We'll do less of talking today. Both of them, Rivers State today is not, the security situation has been very, very challenging since after 2003. It has not been like this. Even to now, places like the cases of abductions are bound.
Thank you very much.
And the state is deeply divided along party lines for the first time. If you go to Transamadi, everywhere you see to let signs because people have left Transamadi. There's industrial area. There is no traffic, unlike what it used to be.
Also notice that the national economy and the recession.
The rogue economy. There's the rogue economy in the state is on the rise, whereby drugs, narcotics, cultism.
Please, can you explain what that rogue economy is again?
Rogue economy, fire, illicit refining of crude
oil,
which is abusing our lungs.
Why do you call it the rogue economy?
It's not an official one, but it involves a lot of money.
Wouldn't you just categorize that as part of the informal sector?
You can explain that to the audience. So narcotics, cultism, payment of homage, and all kinds of things are happening because people are doing all sorts of things. Now, even the security organizations in the states are to a great extent now politicized because there are accusation and counter-accusations. Nightlife is practically on the brink, about to die. Now, the state is greatly demarcated on a daily basis.
Not in GRA. In GRA, there's every day, so it's a holiday, man.
Compared to Ross, you're a younger person, and I know you have not partied as much as I am. You know, I'm a system man. So when I speak with facts.
You started partying from 1982. Well, then the kind of music that you had was...
No, that's not true. We started partying.
Now we're on HD mode.
We started partying from township school. Then it was afternoon jump. Yeah.
Oh, this afternoon jumps. What are we jumping on Sunday for?
We left Sunday things jump for you. Your people have come to destroy everything. Now, the demarketing of the state is on a daily basis. Our communities are unsafe, upland and riverine. So nobody's is left out of it. Now the question we will ask ourselves, now these two men, currently, the Minister of Transport, who was former governor, under his watch, managed over 3.5 trillion naira. And when he left, today we cannot lay hands on a handover note because he didn't do that. While the current governor was Minister for Education, under his watch in the Ministry of Education, I know that the capital expenditure for this year is in excess of 56 billion. But I just want to tell the amount of influence they control. Today, Right Honorable Rotimi Chibuike Amaechi is Minister of Transport. By virtue of it as political leader of the APC, he technically has some influence over NIMASA, NDDC, Niger Delta River Basin Authority, Minister of Niger Delta, and Minister of Transport, NPA, FAN, Federal Airports Authority, Nigerian Railways, Inland Waterways, Maritime Academy, Council for the Regulation of Freight Forwarding, Nigerian College of Aviation, Nigerian Meteorological Agency, Accident Investigation Bureau, Institute of Transport Technology, and so on and so forth. And I know that their budget for transport alone this year in its excess of
I said
202 billion.
And the Nigerian Police
while
Force.
the NDDC's budget, is in excess of 64 billion. Minister of Niger does about 35 billion. Now for Governor Nyesom Wike, he has 26 ministries. Yes, and while he was Minister for Education, you had WAEC, Nigerian Institute for Education and Planners and Administration, National Library, National Examination Council, Mass Literacy Council, Nomadic Education Council, National Education Research and Development Council, National Business and Technical Examination Board, Teachers Registration Council of Nigeria, Computer Registration Council of Nigeria, National Commission for College Education Secretariat, National Teacher Institute, then lots of all federal polytechnics, all federal universities, federal government colleges, special colleges center, Librarians Registration Council, Nigeria, National Board for Technical Education, National Board for Arabic and Islamic Studies.
And when he was minister, he also had control over the Nigerian police.
Today he oversees 26 ministries.
I don't know why you are dodging those parts.
Today he oversees ministries. Let me remind you of the ministries: Justice, Works, Women's Affairs, Water Resources, Power, Transport, Special Duty, Sports, Energy. People have forgotten. And because all we hear is project. Health, education, local affairs, chieftaincy, community affairs, finance, agriculture, social welfare, lands, urban and regional development, information and commission, environment, employment, generation and empowerment, culture and tourism, commerce and industry, budget, economic planning. And you have MDAs like Bureau for Public Procurement, Government House Press, Nigerian Tide, River State Sustainable Development Agency, River State Water Corporation, River State Scholarship Board, Local Government and Service Commission, River State House of Assembly Commission, Civil Service Commission, Advertisement Agency, Internal Revenue Service, Development Agency, Hospital Management Board, Port Harcourt Post Primary Schools Board, Primary Schools Board,
and many more.
Now, the question we want to ask, in the expression of to date, after 2 years politically, have River State benefited from the aspirations of both men? Now, what do we expect from them? Our expectation is an accessible government to the people and investors that is e-compliant, security of lives and properties in River State, employment for youth and followers, environmental remediation and protection, particularly for host communities, transparency and accountability, and functional local governments, and ensuring that River State government people are represented in all these agencies which I have mentioned, and that people are getting contracts. That as you go everywhere, at the federal level, you are seeing contracts. Yes, I didn't say that.
Are you expecting the minister to influence unduly the process?
Thank God you used the word influence. Now, I expect that as we go around, we should be able to see signs like Lulu Brick, MCC, OK Sukari, Ikwere and Sons, Obi Akpo and Sons, in Abuja, by virtue of the APC leader, and the River State, you should be seeing those signs here by virtue of the governor, the PDP leader. These two leaders, people of River State, whose ambition, who have put us on notice that they are going to go to war again